More tea for me now.
More. That's like your third.
How many teas do you have a max a day?
Oh, I'm the type that will suck the living life out of one tea bag until no color comes out of it anymore.
I have not been a good guest in that regard.
Oh, no. I don't really care how everyone else drinks it. It's just like my own habit because that's how my mom drinks it. So I have a habit of just until it looks like water, I will keep reusing that.
My mom would always make two teas with one tea bag, but you could always tell who got the second tea. You could always tell who got the second tea.
That reminds me, I used to work at a donut shop or like a coffee shop thingy. And I was in charge of, well, there was one time where I had to do everything because I think we were understaffed or something. So I was cooking the meals, I was serving the front desk and remaking the coffee in the coffee maker. And I thought...
So you do know how to make coffee?
In like those industrial, like you just open the bag. Anyways, so I thought I refilled the coffee canister to make the coffee. So I pressed the button to like brew the coffee. And then because in the area where the coffee was brewing, it's a little bit shaded, so I couldn't really see exactly what was coming out of it. So I was like, okay, the coffee is done. And then there was a person that came through the drive-through, and he was like, 1 large coffee, double. And I'm like, okay, sure. And then I poured it, gave it to him. And then I think he came back to the front desk after.
I am listening.
And then in between this time, I was serving another person that was not takeout. It was the front of the house, and I grabbed the same coffee canister, and I was like, why does it look like tea? It doesn't look like coffee. But I definitely pressed the brew button, and I realized that I didn't change the beans. It was the old beans, but I already sold one to the drive-through. And then I was so worried that he was gonna come back and complain and like spill the water or whatever. And then I think he did come back, but I think he went back to the drive-through again. And then and he was like, dude, you didn't give me coffee, you gave me water. And I was so scared, I lied through my teeth, and I was like, what do you mean that was coffee? And then I was like, what do you mean? Like, taste it again, it's definitely coffee. I don't know what happened.
You told him to taste it? Sorry. Told him to taste it again? You told him I gotta taste water again.
I was a baby, and I freaked out.
You doubled down?
Because I knew it was my mistake, but I don't know if
he wouldn't have been like angry if you're like, oh yeah, let me get you a coffee. Sorry about that.
I didn't know what to do and I panicked. I don't do well in panic situations
where
not. I know that I'm in trouble, but I'm too scared to get fired, but also I'm too scared to admit my mistake because I'm scared that he's going to yell at me. So I was like, oh no, you should taste it again because I definitely gave you coffee.
I'm sure he loved that. I'm sure he reacted so positively to that.
Thankfully, I think he was very nice. He was angry, but he didn't yell at me. He was just
okay,
man, what the fuck? Let's just go to the next place. Like, she definitely gave us water. And I knew that I was in the wrong, but in the moment, that was the decision I chose to make. And I instantly was like swapping everything out so I don't do that ever again. But in that moment, I felt so bad that I was like, oh my God, like, you know, he caught me.
Everyone when I worked at McDonald's was the worst human being I ever met. It was like, you're supposed to work as a team, but they were just all horrible people.
Oh, like you're like the employees
the employees
or whatever?
are horrible.
Thankfully, I worked by myself. It was like me and the
I wish I worked by myself. I remember I taught a guy. I'd only been working there for 4 months, and I had to teach the new guy how to use the deep fat fryer.
Oh.
I was teaching him, and he was like my age. He was like 19 or 18. No, I think I would have been 17. Oh. And he was like, oh yeah, I just gotta go take a smoke break. And he left about an hour into the shift and never came back. Just left.
Oh.
And they blamed me. They were like, you must have really put him off. I was like, buddy, using this deep fat fryer is depressing. It kills the soul of any man. I just really wanted an Xbox One at the time. So I was like, I'm gonna walk in here.
Was that his first day on the shift?
Yeah, he was like 1 hour in. He like left.
Oh, so he was like, yeah, I'm not
he's like, fuck this.
Goodbye.
And to this day, I realized, I was like, that guy was the smartest guy in that restaurant. He left right. He was like, fuck this.
Self-respect for his own time and for his own, like, you know, priorities straight and all that stuff.
It took me 7 months to realize that I was out. All for the Xbox One, terrible console as well. Also, I could have my Kinect and play Call of Duty Ghosts. Awful. What a joke that was.
It's amazing when you're young what you would do to get the things that you want.
I was pretty angry.
Thankfully, I worked by myself. I didn't work with too many other employees, but thankfully we did kind of like each other. It was kind of just whatever.
This is nice.
Yeah, but
there was one guy that was chill. I remember he was chill, but I never saw him.
Oh man. Do you ever keep up with any? I guess not.
No,
Like any.
never.
Back in your old day of a McDonald's worker.
No, not a single.
Never again.
Dude.
Don't do that.
I mean, I think some people probably get some good ones, but
Yeah.
my mom was horrible. They were all horrible people. They were like, I remember that when I was my like second or third day, the guys that were like 28 that were there, they were like telling me about how they were hitting on like 16-year-olds.
Oh.
And they were like, dude, it's so good. I shagged her. I was like, what the fuck am I listening to, bro?
Oh no.
And I was like, she was at the school dance, and you, oh,
Yeah,
right.
yeah, my girlfriend from high
Right.
school. I'm like,
was
dude,
like,
aren't you like 30?
Yeah, in my head, I'm like, I get paid £4.10 an hour. I do not want to listen to this.
Yeah.
So I was like, this is pretty yikes, dude. That's pretty
Yeah.
yikes. But you know, those people are pretty weird.
Thank God I didn't have those kind of experiences. I just really wanted
Well,
to
yeah,
get
you,
pocket money.
you didn't work
because-
in a North UK McDonald's. That's
No,
right.
I just worked in Toronto. It's
Yeah.
pretty chill, especially like when I was in high school, way back, just like 5
Dude,
years
when,
ago or something.
We
it's not chill.
worked on like a highway too, so it was a highway McDonald's. So anytime like a bus would come in, it'd be like D-Day.
Oh.
Everyone was like, get the nuggets! We need 40 nuggets! No! It's like, but like, it was like quiet 2 minutes ago. It was ridiculous.
Yeah. Dude, I remember one
Crazy.
time, I don't know what happened. You know how like the McDonald's is always like the ice cream machine is broken or
Dude.
something like that?
Yes.
I experienced that for the very first time in the donut shop that I worked at because we had an ice cream machine, and the boss did teach me how to change it, but it doesn't require frequent changing because no one really orders the ice cream too often. Anyways, on my shift, I don't know what happened. It just did not work. I think it ran out, and I was like,
Oh, no.
you know, this is like 9 months ago. My boss taught me how to change the ice cream machine. I can do it, and I grabbed like the ingredients, the bag, and everything.
Was it a bag too?
Yeah, I was like trying
Fuck
my
that
best
bag.
to kind of like shift it into the nozzle and everything. And guess what? Like 5 people that day wanted to order ice cream all in the one time, and I'm like, I'll be with you in a second, and literally cream like spitting all over
I did
me.
that too, yeah.
And I'm
Yeah.
like, I'll be right with you. I'll be right with you. And then I'm like, they can literally see me like freaking out because the machine's at the front of the house too, and they were being very kind and very polite. They're
You're
not
getting
making any
told to
comments.
work after
and I'm
burning
just like,
your
it's just like,
hand.
I literally had cream all over my face.
You getting? Yeah, I did. Norway, I did get told to keep working after I burned my hand.
Really?
Yeah,
they
told,
didn't care?
No, dude. Oh my God, the worst thing about working at McDonald's, and it wasn't even like close. Every single time I'd go into the shift, 8-hour shift, 5 minutes in to me working. Hey, Connor, can you take a mandatory break? I'd be like, dude, I really don't want to. But they're like all like 30-year-old people, and I'm like, I'm 17.
Are there like labor laws even
Yeah.
for?
And I shouldn't have been like doing that. They'd always be like, you got to take a break. And
Yeah.
I was like, okay. So every shift, I had to take my break at like 10 minutes into the shift.
Yeah.
And then I'm sitting there like, great, I haven't even worked. I'm taking a break.
Yeah, and
And
then you have to work
now I have
8
to work
hours straight.
8 hours straight. It's because obviously the other people who are older always like called rank. And so because I was the kid, they would like abuse the shit out of me.
But you were the manager, or at that time you weren't the manager.
I was never a manager. I was
Oh.
like intern.
manager.
No,
Oh,
I was
okay,
a loser.
okay.
I was a loser. Kid.
Oh, I thought.
And
you
then
were a manager.
one time, when I was teaching that kid, the 2-hour one, no, it was a different guy. I was working on the deep fat fryer. And, you know, it's like 4 vats. And oh, by the way, anytime they like have vegetarian food, they'd be like, we have a vat for vegetarian food. If it got busy, they would put chicken nuggets in there. They didn't give a fuck.
Oh,
I'm not sure if every McDonald's does this, but they were all doing it. If it got busy and there was an empty vat, they were like, well, nuggets gotta go somewhere.
Oh no.
So they did that
man.
all the time. And then like,
But don't people have a sense of pride for their
fuck
job?
no, not
I
McDonald's.
understand, like, oh, it's McDonald's, like lowest of whatever, right? But you're still making money
Yeah.
and you're serving people. I would say that you should have a little bit of like standards.
Well,
Coming
when
from the
I-
person
when
that
I-
serves someone hot water,
Well,
okay? But you know,
I
that
mean,
was unintentional.
when I was growing up, I was always taught like if someone was older than you, you had to listen to them. So I always really believed that. And it was pretty much this job that made me like completely lose any respect for,
For older
like
people.
bullshit
Or,
orders.
like, the age
yeah, because I was like,
hierarchy.
this is actually like they would like kill me if it meant the shift worked better. You know what I mean? So I was like, you know, you'd put the stuff in, and people, you know, when they were idiots, they would drop it in, and oil would go everywhere.
Oh.
And this one time I was putting this in, and another guy dropped it in, and oil went all over my hand.
yeah.
It was really bad. And then I went to go and put it underwater, and the boss came, and he came over. He was like, dude, I know it's bad. Can you just go back to work for an hour and then come back and do it? So, and this McDonald's, we had 3 managers. I don't know why. I guess because like you have to promote
really
them
need
after
their
X amount of time.
managers.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
But they're clearly not doing their jobs because.
Yeah, so I went back to my shift and I was doing it. And then after I'd worked for 2 hours, my hand is absolutely raw pink.
Yeah.
And I didn't know like I could say like, oh, I can like fight back. I didn't know that. So I go back to my break and I'm eating this chicken burger. It's called McLegend. I was pathetic. I'm eating it. And then the other manager comes in and sees my hand. He's like, what happened?
Yeah.
He's like, oh, well, I burned it. He's like, why didn't you leave and like go get help? He's like, oh, because the other manager told me to stay. This is like 4 hours into my 8-hour shift. He's like, you got to leave right now.
Yeah.
Go home. Because I think he was like, I do not want to get sued.
Yeah.
So he was like, please leave right now. You will get paid the full day. And I was like, oh, awesome.
Yeah.
So sick.
Yeah.
And then as an adult, I'm like, oh my God, I should have sued them.